just going to say that. And then I'll come up and say mine, and then yours.
Okay. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being here this morning. It is so nice to have you. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the OCTechs class of 2020.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the Odessa Collegiate Academy class of 2020.
And now the Newtek Odessa class of 2020.
Please be seated. Hello, everyone, and welcome to our graduation for our 2020 graduates. My name is Allison Fox, and I am the OCTechs graduating class of 2020 Salutatorian. It is an absolute honor to welcome back everybody for our second chance, well, really our first chance to walk the stage thanks to COVID. But thank you all so much for being here. It means so much to every one of us. We all know that the past 2 years have been absolutely a wild ride, but we thank you for coming back even though most of our graduates have moved on to the next stages of their lives. On that note, I want to congratulate all of our graduates who have been accepted into either their dream college or their dream job. That is an amazing accomplishment, and we are so glad to be able to celebrate all of those accomplishments with you here today. We are also proud of your hard work, and we hope you guys enjoy this ceremony and that you find it to be what you all deserve. Before I go, I would like to say a prayer over all of those in attendance, so please bow your heads. Heavenly Father, thank you for bringing the class of 2020 back together one last time. I pray that you bless each one of our graduates and their families today. I pray that you guide them down the right path in life and watch over them as they travel home today. In Jesus' name, amen. Now remember, graduates, today is your day. You guys deserve this more than any other class, in our opinion. So take advantage of it. Take your time walking across the stage. This is your day. And remember, the class of 2020 has perfect vision for the future, so let's see where life takes us. Thank you. Please welcome Carlos Medellin from Odessa Collegiate Academy, who will lead us in our pledges.
Please stand. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And now to the Texas flag. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. Please be seated. Please welcome Adamary Dominguez from Newtek, Odessa, who will give our opening comments.
Good morning, everyone. I would like to begin the ceremony by thanking ECISD, our principals, our administration, and staff, because without them, this ceremony would have never been possible. I want to thank them for realizing our hard work and knowing that we deserve some type of graduation. I want to thank our facilitators for providing us with any support that we may have needed during these times. Without them, we would have not made it this far. And finally, let's also take a special moment to appreciate the class of 2020, because boy, have we had a crazy, different year. Despite the fact that I only attended 3 years at NTO, those 3 years were enough to know that NTO is my family. I remember my sophomore year, walking up to the doors and being so scared of my life because it was a new environment. I was able to make it through my first day of Culture Week, which was quite an experience because I was a shy person, and getting up to present and doing team building activities was not a specialty of mine, but I felt welcome and I did not feel like an outcast. I want to thank a special friend, Brianna Hernandez, because without her help, I would have had a hard time making friends. She introduced me to her group of friends, and from there, I was able to get out of my shell and make new friends. Aside from that, one of my greatest accomplishments is getting accepted into the National Honor Society. NHS helped me put myself out there, and that is when I gained new friends, or as I like to say, another family. In this club, with the help of Ms. Valadez, I learned about teamwork, leadership, and giving back to the community in some type of way. Now, fast forwarding it to senior year, let's say that we have made quite a few memories that I won't forget. I will never forget that one time when we were a bit upset in Ms. Barragon's class because Arwen was late by 1 minute and we had to take a pop quiz for being late in her anatomy class. Boy, that class really taught me the value of studying because trust me, remembering all 206 bones of the human body is not as easy as it seems, and don't forget to spell it correctly or points will be taken off. Also, remember when we started applying for scholarships, college, financial aid? Yep, some of us left that financial aid till last minute, and Ms. Rivera was not too happy with us. Sadly, our senior chapter was cut short, and the rest was just a blur. We all had to adjust to the virtual learning and not have the face-to-face classes. We even had to miss out on some senior events that we were looking forward to, but things happen for a reason. We learned to adjust to this new lifestyle that was presented to us. Even though it was not easy for most of us, look at us now. We made it, and we made the best of it, and our high school experience created an unforgettable journey. Now we take this journey to continue on with a new chapter in our life. We are gathered here to do this one more time, but in person and not through a screen. But before I conclude my speech, I would like to sum up a short version in Spanish. Ahora resumiré una versión corta, pero esta vez en español, para que el resto de la audiencia me pueda entender. Buenos días a todos. Me gustaría comenzar esta ceremonia tomándome un momento especial para apreciar la clase 2020, porque hemos tenido un año fuera de lo normal y muy diferente. Nunca en mi vida hubiera pensado que nuestro último año se redujera y que lo pasaría en casa. Entonces, aunque esto sucedió, hay una razón. Mirémonos ahora. Finalmente, lo logramos y estamos listos para abrir un nuevo capítulo en nuestras vidas. Aunque solo asistí por 3 años a NTO, esos 3 años fueron suficientes para saber que NTO es mi familia. Recuerdo mi segundo año en prepa caminando hacia esas puertas y teniendo mucho miedo, porque era un nuevo ambiente y alumnos diferentes. Incluso estaba pensando en regresar a mi auto y no entrar al edificio, pero de alguna manera superé mi miedo y entré. Pude pasar mi primer día de semana de cultura, que fue toda una experiencia, porque era una persona tímida y levantarme para presentarme y hacer actividades de trabajo en equipo no era una especialidad mía, pero me sentí bienvenida. Quiero agradecerle a toda mi familia de NTO por los recuerdos divertidos, locos e inolvidables que hicimos. Por último, quiero agradecerle a mi mamá y a mi papá por venir a los Estados Unidos sin nada y darme la mejor oportunidad de convertirme en la persona que soy hoy. Sin su apoyo, no estaría parada aquí para darles este discurso. Now, while this is my story, I hope that my words today have allowed you to relive your own memories made throughout your high school experiences. I want to thank all the facilitators for being there for me and showing me the value of teamwork and the value of what it means to be part of the NTO family. Lastly, I want to thank my mom and dad for coming here to the United States with nothing and giving me the best opportunity to become the person that I am today. Without their support, I wouldn't be standing here today giving you this speech. To conclude, finally, I would like to leave you with a quote from Dr. Seuss. Sometimes you would never know the value of a moment until it becomes a memory. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2020. Please welcome Angel Ortiz from OCTechs, who will introduce our special guest.
Good morning. I would like to introduce some special guests who are attending our graduation to support our senior class. Would you please stand as I recognize you? On the stage, please welcome ECISD School Board members, Ms. Tammy Hawkins, Dr. Steve Brown, and Dr. Donna Smith. Also on the stage, please welcome our Superintendent, Dr. Scott Murray, and Deputy Superintendent, Dr. Stephanie Howard. To my left on the floor, please welcome ECISD cabinet members and district leaders. They are Dr. Lilia Nanez, Mr. Patrick Young, Mr. Mike Atkins, Ms. Stacy Ashley, and Ms. Deborah Ottermans, Mr. Robert Cedillo, Ms. Alicia Press, and Ms. Alicia Severson. Now I would like to introduce Ileana Vega from Odessa Collegiate Academy, who will introduce our valedictorians.
Good morning. I have the honor of introducing our first valedictorian speaker. Please welcome Sophia Rutledge, valedictorian of OCTechs.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Sophia Rutledge, and I am the OCTechs Senior Class of 2020 valedictorian. Thank you. I would like to start by thanking our amazing loved ones for their constant love and support. Thank you to our teachers and faculty for their motivation and guidance. I would also like to thank my classmates and friends for making high school such a memorable experience. I know those 4 years would not have been the same without these special people by our side. Throughout high school, we all imagined that 2020 was going to be our year. Not only would it be one of the worst years to graduate, but the worst to do anything safely, quite frankly. It was difficult with bad news flowing in daily, the introduction of online schooling, missing out on important rites of passage, and worrying about our health and the health of others. We were angry, disappointed, unmotivated, and saddened for months on end, but what felt like years. So 2020 was not our year, but it was a lasting learning experience. We learned that TikTok gave us a reason to laugh, the importance of spending quality time with our loved ones, and that nothing in life is guaranteed. Moving forward with that knowledge earned us the title of the most resilient class, who, despite how we felt, continued to work hard, stay strong, remain aware, and be kind. This terrible time molded who we are today, wonderful young adults. I, along with everyone in this room, am proud to know you and see every accomplishment you have made so far. With that, I wish you all the absolute best and hope that all of your dreams come true. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sophia, for your uplifting speech. Now, please welcome Juan Mendoza, the valedictorian of Odessa Collegiate Academy.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I would like to thank God for allowing me to be here today. And on behalf of the OCA Senior Class of 2020, I'd like to start off the speech by saying thank you. Thank you to all the teachers who were there along the way and helping us see that we matter. Thank you to all the administration for giving us an in-person graduation just like they promised us last year. And thank you to our parents and guardians. Without them, we wouldn't be in this world, literally, and be able to be here today. Thank you to everyone who has had an impact on our lives and helped us to be the people who we are today. When beginning to write the speech, all I could think about was time. How quickly time flew by in high school. How quickly 1 year went by in college or in job already. How much time I still have left to procrastinate on writing this speech. However, all time is relative. In the middle of how fast this past year went, for a majority of the time, it felt slow. I'm sure many of us this past couple of years were wondering when this pandemic was going to end, when life was finally going to return to normal. And in these dull, slow moments like these, I began to recall the great memories given to me the past couple of years. It felt like just last week, my peers and I started our day in a small brick building at UTPB. I can still recall dancing and eating together during Cinco de Mayo celebration. I still have memories of spending Friendsgiving with the entire class of 2020, eating and singing to our heart's content. I still reminisce about having fun after academic decathlon, celebrating, saying, "Too sweet!" and joking around the teachers during the lulls of the school year. I still remember all those fun memories I was able to have as a high schooler. Life is remembered by these types of memories and the feelings associated with them. 1 year later, I don't remember what my schedule looked like senior year. 1 year later, I don't remember who said what during lunch. But 1 year later, I still remember the way that I felt during all these experiences. For many, high school was a time spent with friends, time spent learning together, time spent having fun with each other. Overall, it can be summed up into a time spent in community as a family. This community that was formed, that was part of it. The teachers helped mold our minds into what they are today. Your peers around you helped you to be the person you are today. And most importantly, you. You have had an impact on the others around you. Every single person has left an impression on others that can still be felt even to this day, 1 year later. Even with that 1 year passing between graduation and now, the impact of going through high school together as the class of 2020 is still being felt. All of us together experienced loss and separation this past year, but this same loss and separation made me realize that no matter how fast or slow life goes, life is about the people whom you did it with. There are always memories to be made, and in the end, it is who you made those memories with that will matter. In my speech last year that I gave online, I ended by saying, if I had only known that March 5th would be my last day, I would have done blank. Now knowing 1 year later what I know now, that question should be answered with, I should have spent more time with blank. Life is about the people sitting next to you. Cherish those moments of community with each other, because as we're all aware, a March 5th can come, and that opportunity can be gone in second. So live your life to your fullest. Thank you, and God bless.
Thank you, Juan, for your inspiring and thought-provoking speech. At this time, I would like to introduce the valedictorian of Newtek, Odessa. Please welcome Clarissa Garcia.
Before I begin, I would like to thank all of the respective ECISD administrators for setting this ceremony up for us and trying to create as much normalcy as possible. This ceremony is happening a year later than most of us envisioned it, and since then, some of us have gone off to college, some have gone directly into the workforce, and still others may be understandably undecided about what's next. Regardless of where we have gone and what we have endured in this trying year, we have all ended up back here under one roof to celebrate our graduation. Together, we now have the privilege of celebrating all that we have accomplished because, let's be honest, high school was hard. Freshman year, I'm sure a lot of us struggled to adapt to the transition from middle school. I, for one, had so much trouble speaking in front of people. My face would turn tomato red and I would talk a mile a minute, so I'm so sorry if you had to watch me present that first year. Sophomore year was the year of tribulation. I have this vivid memory of trying to paint styrofoam balls for the Atom project that we had due the next day. And so I remember telling my family not to bump the table that I had painted electrons drying on. Naturally, the first thing they did was bump the table, and I, of course, went into full meltdown mode over the styrofoam ball that rolled onto the floor. Junior year was a blur, but I remember laughing a lot in Miss Nunez's independent study and watching independent study and watching my first and only high school football game. Senior year was a year of chaos. Between college applications, capstones, projects, and the pandemic, I know a lot of us felt overwhelmed and at times unmotivated. A lot has happened over these 4 years, so I want to take the time to thank all the people that have gotten me to this point. I first want to thank my facilitators for always supporting me in my academic endeavors. I know I set impossibly high standards for myself, so I appreciate you all for working with me on these. Next, I want to thank my friends for always being my shoulders to lean on. Without memories of our numerous falls, lunch table chats, or our t-shirt quote list, I would not have had nearly as much fun. I also want to express my gratitude to my family for supporting me from day one. Thank you to my Theo for helping me rationalize why an 80 on a high school assignment doesn't signal impending doom. Thank you to my grandpa for teaching me the meaning of hard work and what it is to live life day by day, little by little. And thank you to my grandma for comforting me through all of my anxiety spirals and staying up with me on all my late nights. I can't thank my family enough for providing me with their unrelenting love and support. Lastly, I want to thank the senior class for being the people that I got to spend my high school experience with. These last 4 years have been a roller coaster, but I'm glad I got to experience it with all of you. With that said, it's time for us to go out into the world and make our mark. We, the class of 2020, came into the world during the aftermath of 9/11 and graduated into a pandemic. There will be challenges and trials ahead as we move through our lives, but if we were able to make it through a global pandemic and the cursed sophomore year I spoke about, I have no doubt in my mind that we will all do great things. So congratulations, class of 2020, we made it.
Thank you, Clarissa, for your memorable speech. At this time, I would like to introduce Mr. Miller, Principal of OCTechs, Mr. Ramage, Principal of Odessa Collegiate Academy, and Mr. Ramirez, Principal of Newtek, Odessa.
Now for our friends and family in the stands, if you are the proud parent of a 2020 senior, would you please stand and be recognized?
If you are a proud grandparent of a 2020 senior, would you please stand and be recognized? Let's hear it for the grandparents.
Thank you. As we near Memorial Day and in honor of our United States military, if you are serving or ever have served in our armed forces to protect our country, would you please stand to be recognized at this time?
I had to find my place, sorry. And now to our superintendent of ECISD, Dr. Murray. As principal of OCTechs, it is my honor and privilege to present to you this 2020 senior class of OCTechs as candidates for graduation.
Dr. Murray, as principal of Odessa Collegiate Academy, it is my honor and privilege to present to you this 2020 senior class of Odessa Collegiate Academy as candidates for graduation.
And thirdly, Dr. Murray, as principal, very proud principal of Newtek Odessa, it is my honor and privilege to present to you this 2020 senior class of Newtek Odessa as candidates for graduation. At this time, will the valedictorians of OCTechs, OCA, and Newtek Odessa please come to the stage for the symbolic moving of the tassel.
Graduates, please stand. We've heard some interesting words today. Life is about the people on your left and your right. Powerful words for all of us to remember. And if you think about those words today, the people on our left and our right are our friends, our family members, parents, siblings, grandparents, aunts, uncles, our teachers that surround us today, those that invested deeply in our education, our administrators, the leaders of our schools. These are the people that surround us today. It has been quite a year, or maybe it's been quite 2 years for you. Last year at this time, we were celebrating you with a parade. And this year, we're celebrating you with the traditional graduation ceremony. Never in the history of the world has a class been celebrated twice. So congratulations. And it is my honor now, because of the powers that have vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Ector County Independent School District and by the state of Texas, to award you a high school diploma and claim that you are the class of 2020. Congratulations. And now, seniors, your valedictorians will lead you as we move our tassels from the left to the right. There you go. Congratulations.
Graduates, please remain standing and follow in line to the ramp to your right and prepare to finally walk the stage that you deserve so that we may honor you and we call you by name for your graduation.
Sophia Rutledge. Holly Brackey. Cassidy Thompson. Candace Bowen. Dylan Duggar. Leslie Garcia. Stephanie Ortiz. Alyssa Sanchez. Anguiano? Okay. Rocio Anguiano. Jasmine Tenorio. Angela Tijerina. Luis Sánchez. Stephanie Dominguez. Indira Orona. Allison Fox. Angel Ortiz. José Mata. Mayo Nuolua Omotoye. Okay. Carlos Yuvine Medellín. Juan de Dios Ángel Mendoza III. Sophia Akram. Héctor Jesús Sánchez Jr. Silas Obed Hernández. Hezekiah James Murdoch. Elicer Lucero Lerma. David Tavares. Marari Galindo Sanchez. Glenn Dave Aguilera de la Peña. Ileana Vega Aguilera. Autumn Nicole Michael. Ken Edson Diaz Escobar. Sorry. Gwen Hope Vargas Tolentino. Aaliyah Jade Hernandez. Carly Marie St. Louis. Nevea Nicole Leal. Jonathan Joshua Chacon. Damian Enrique Galindo Ramirez. Abigail Medina. Karina Granado. Arwen Weeks. Catherine Mangus. Clarissa Garcia. Adamari Dominguez. Joseph Ramirez. Brianna Martinez. Lucia Navarrete. Desiree Baldwin. Daniel Levario. Mario Avila. Ryan Valdez. Ricky Pacheco. Karina Cortinas Valles. Sofía Domínguez Navarrete. Oliver Martin. Sorry. Samuel Sotelo. Jasmine Sotelo. Savannah Lopez. Kenny Rodriguez. Saraí González. Bailey Carrillo. Jayla Decory Neely. Nicolasa Washburn. Evalie Steen.
There you go.
You may now be seated. Good morning. My name is Joseph Ramirez from Newtek, Odessa, and I have the honor of presenting you with our closing comments. Before we close this morning's ceremony, I would like to take this last opportunity to once again thank all ECISD staff, our principals, administrators, teachers, parents, and all others that made this graduation possible. As we celebrate today, we should not only reflect on our high school years, but congratulate one another for beginning our independent journeys. Sitting next to one another, we are reminded of all that we have learned from our facilitators and peers and all the memories we created within their classrooms. This past year has been a test in time, creating individualized obstacles, restrictions, and a new normalized way of living. From an optimistic aspect, I learned to be more appreciative of life, loved ones, and opportunities. We can all agree that this past year has not been easy in any way, shape, or form, but I speak for all when I say that it sure feels refreshing to finally see some light at the end of this tunnel. Attending Newtek High School for all 4 years, it's interesting to look back at how much I have grown and how the people around me have grown. Given that some of us have gone off to college or to seek other aspirations, each and every one of you possesses such an amazing personality that drives your passion to pursue a dream. I encourage all to hang on to that passion and do everything in your power to reach your endpoint. Gradual for some and seemingly instantaneous for others, passion and integrity should lead you towards something that gives you purpose. Rather than comparing yourself to others in an attempt to copy their success, learn from your mistakes, choices, and wisdom to push forward. A quote from Ellen DeGeneres that relates to this topic goes, "Follow your passion, stay true to yourself. Never follow someone else's path. Unless you're lost in the woods and you see a path, then by all means you should follow that." I hope that none of you get lost in the woods. However, that said, I advise you to use your talent to make this world a better place. Never give up, and constantly remind yourself that success is never handed to you, but a product of your own hard work and determination. It was a pleasure meeting all of you, combining our high school families to finally put a closing to this seemingly long chapter. Congratulations, class of 2020. You finally walked the stage. Now go out and conquer the world to make it a better place.
A few announcements. Seniors, during the recessional, you will go to the back and then up the stairs. You will go outside and then wait to be greeted for your families outside as the high school graduates. Parents and guests, we ask that you remain standing until the graduates leave, then join our seniors outside. Seniors, please stand. On behalf of myself and Mr. Ramirez and Mr. Miller, you are now graduates of 2020 and have finally walked the stage. For the class of 2020, class is dismissed. Thank you, parents, faculty members. You are dismissed.